One, very slowly and gently bring your awareness back to your physical body, the room that you're sitting in, and your immediate surrounding. Place both of your palms over your eyes. Just stay there for a few seconds, and you may choose to open your eyes whenever you're ready. You may also choose to sit with your eyes closed while I read this beautiful article from the website Declutter the Mind. The author is Rachel Sharp, and she gives 13 reasons why you are worthy. You are worthy. You might not always feel like you are, though. People may even actively make you feel the opposite of worthy. But that doesn't change things nonetheless. What a gift to be alive in the world today. A one in a trillion chance to experience the world as we know it. It can be hard to see the gift we have been given, especially on days we feel small or unworthy. It's time to rethink and re examine your life to see what you're really made of, to see what you're really worth. In this article, we are going to share 13 reasons why you are worthy. And darling, this is just the starting point, not the full picture. Number one, you are one of a kind. You are worthy because you are one of a kind. You might have similar qualities to some people, and you may even look identical to others, but still, no one alive today is quite like you. You have skills, talents, personality traits, and characteristics that make you you. There are people alive today who are looking for people just like you. They might need your help with a goal of theirs. They might be put on a better path because of you, or they might be a soulmate looking to build a life with you. No matter how much you doubt your importance, you are needed in the world today because of your uniqueness. Even those qualities you despise in yourself might play a positive role in your life one day. Sometimes you need to let the life story unfold first. Second, you have accomplished so much. You are worthy because of how much you have accomplished in that short life of yours. Look at you, crushing goals, achieving big things. Now, all you got to do is celebrate those wins, relish in them. Accomplishments in life aren't just finishing school, getting good grades, or landing your dream job. You accomplish good things every time you help someone on their life journey. Every time you say something kind, even when you feel like a grump. Every time you have helped others, don't only look at your big accomplishments. Look at the ones you think are insignificant too. Because sometimes in a course of lifetime, those small accomplishments result in bigger changes for the better. Just because you don't see how your ripple expands out doesn't mean it doesn't. Number three, you have overcome tough challenges. You are worthy of so much, especially since you have overcome obstacles and life challenges. How can you question your self worth when you have continuously proven yourself as able to meet challenges head first? You handle life's difficulties with grace and composure, which isn't something everyone can do, and you have had it rough. Your life path hasn't been easy and direct. There have been many loops, twists, and turns that you have gone through. It's not even a matter of coming out on top, but a matter of getting through it at all. You haven't given up, no matter how challenging or tough your road has been. And that's what makes you worthy. Number four, you learn from your mistakes. There is an episode of Star Trek called Tapestry where Captain Picard can go back in time and change the biggest mistake. In the end, he learns that those mistakes he made are what made him improve over time and help him succeed in life. Even our deepest regrets in life shape us. They prevent us from making the same mistake again, and they help bring out the latest version, installation of our personalities. Sure, we have to live with the consequences of our mistakes, but we also have an opportunity to learn right from wrong and good from bad. You become better with time if you look at your wrongdoings as life lessons. You are worthy no matter how many mistakes you make, as long as you stop yourself from going down the dark path. Number five, you have so much love in you to share. Open your heart to others and you'll open your heart to yourself. Your worthiness comes from the big old heart of yours. Sure, we need to learn to love ourselves to love others, but it is possible to learn how to love others before learning how to love yourself. We tend to be overly critical of ourselves and more open minded with others. As you see your heart grow exponentially from giving love to the world, you will start to see a new side of yourself that you didn't know was possible. The outpouring of love to other people makes you see how loving, generous, and thoughtful you really are. You are worthy of receiving love back too. But sometimes you need to show people how to love before they are able to understand how to express it in a way that you feel it too. Number six, you can make the world a better place. We are all tasked with an opportunity to leave the world in a better place than it was when we first arrived. Of course, this isn't an easy task, and you might spend a lifetime trying to figure out how this is done or where your talents fit in the grand scheme of things. But you are worthy because you will figure out how to leave the world in a better place than it was when you arrived. I will take you bettering yourself as a person, challenging yourself, and growing as a person to figure it out throughout your life. But you will come up with a solution. You will have an enormous impact even if you don't become famous. It's not fame that causes positive changes in the world. There are everyday heroes living simple lives but who have an extraordinary impact. Focus on making people's lives better instead of putting your kindness on display. Number seven, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. The world is ever evolving and changing. The jobs available today weren't even known about when you were a child. It's okay to realize that your goals change with time. That just means you reflect on what's needed in the world. You are worthy as long as you realize you can achieve great things on your own. You don't need the validation from others to justify that you are on the right path. In your life, you're the captain steering the course of your journey. No matter how many obstacles or walls you need to jump over, you can and you will accomplish everything you set your mind to. Don't give up. Number eight, you can make your own decisions. You are worthy because you can forge your own path with the decisions you make. You can decide which people to keep in your life. Cut out the toxic people who don't have your best interest at heart. Keep those allies and supporters who cheer you on. You can decide which profession you want to embark on to make a difference in the world. Small decisions like deciding what you eat, how you take care of yourself, and what activities you do for fun can also be transformative experiences. You steer and forge your own path. Number nine, you march to the beat of your own drum. The worthiest people stand out against the norm. You are worthy because you don't conform to societal pressures. You move against the grain. You don't always have to be different from everyone, but knowing when to stand against cultural norms is key to making progress in society. Martin Luther King Jr. marched to the beat of his own drum to create less division amongst races. He risked his life to break barriers, create equal opportunity, and make changes. Rosa Parks sat at the front of the bus, which was unheard of at that time, to stop segregation on public transportation. Patty Jenkins was the first woman to direct a full length superhero movie that broke records. The movie was Wonder Woman. Beating to your own drum doesn't need to be a heroic endeavor. You can live life on your own terms any way you would like. Number 10, you are so kind. You are worthy because of your kindness. The only downside to your kindness is that you rarely show it to yourself. Instead of only pouring out kindness towards others, it's okay to treat yourself with respect and say no when necessary. You determine how worthy you are, but valuing yourself as important as anyone else. Look at others as equals rather than trying to be better than them or seeing yourself as inferior. Every time you're kind to another person, do something kind for yourself as well. The last 3 points, I'm just going to say what it is since it's lengthy. Number 11, setbacks always push you forward. It's easy to question your worth when you have setbacks in life, but you are worthy regardless of how many setbacks you have. After all, some of the greatest setbacks lead to good things. Number 12, life would drastically change without you. You are worthy because you have an enormous impact on the world for just existing. They say that the flap of a butterfly's wings, can cause a tornado. The butterfly effect is the theory that no action is without a change for others. Just by existing, you constantly shape and mold history. Number 13, because against all odds, you're here. You're worthy because you're here against all odds. There were so many possibilities for who your ancestors and parents could have dated and had children with. Plus, once your parents hooked up, there were so many moments that could have led to the birth of another person who's completely different from you. Against all odds, you were born. Since the beginning of our species, every couple since the dawn of time conceived successfully to create you. So many things could have gone wrong in that time, but all the stars aligned just for you in this moment. It's an honor to be sharing this life experience with you. You are worthy and destined to be here. Conclusion, you are worthy of all good things. You are worthy to be alive in this moment right now. It's normal to question things from time to time or to believe someone's hateful words when we are experiencing our own insecurities in that moment. But regardless of what anyone says or does, you are worthy of love, kindness, and respect. Your life matters, your opinion matters, your beliefs matter. We hope you can change your perception to see your value and worth. But even on those dark days when you hit rock bottom, just know that life wouldn't be the same without you, and you have still made a positive impression on so many people's lives. In the grand scheme of things, you are worthy in this life. That was a beautiful article, friends. I hope you also enjoyed listening to it and would take away some key points from these 13 beautiful pearls of wisdom this author has shared. So, if any of you would like to add to this or have your own viewpoints, kindly unmute yourself or simply raise your hand. As always, thank you so much for joining in this group meditation and adding your wonderful energies to this beautiful group. Thank you. Hi, Ram. Please go ahead.
Yes, thanks a lot, Ranjani ji. And thanks everyone. The group meditation, the energies were so very beautiful and wonderful article. All the points that you have shared to remind everyone that everyone is worthy. And the fact that we all sit together and meditate together is constantly driving us in understanding ourselves better and better. Our life is just to understand that we are not what we think we are, but we are infinitely more than what we think we are. So we have to come out of our thinking, which mostly because thinking is always limited, and drive into a different way of living, being. And everything around our life, the whole world, is just a mirror, and what is inside us is what we see there. So when we change within ourselves, we start as well experiencing things in our life completely different. Very true. We are infinitely more worthy than what we think we are. What we think we can do is infinitely more than what we are doing. What we can achieve, if we put a word of achievement, is as well the same. So that is why we constantly remember, right? Um, when we listen to a master, an enlightened master, they constantly say, hey, each one of us are the same. You can be a Buddha, you can be whichever spiritual master it is. Again, they are saying you are worthy. You are much worthy than what you think you are. So all these points are beautiful. And recently we were listening to a stand-up comedy, and in that stand-up comedy, the person as well says that he went to um, a counselor, and then he was just reviewing few things in his life, and the one counseling him, he said, "Hey, why are you telling everything how the other person felt? Please tell how you felt in that situation." So we are in a way driven to think about others, but we have to as well look into ourselves and understand our own self. So the more we understand our own self, the more as well we come out of these limiting ways of living. And this doesn't mean that we are isolating ourselves. We are becoming one with everyone and everything. So the more we isolate, the more we are not experiencing the unlimitedness. So wonderful article, great examples. Thanks a lot, Ranjani ji.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you, as always, for adding your perspectives on whatever we share. It is always beneficial when you say more. It is very nice to hear that. Thank you. Yes, masters, like that article says, sometimes we do feel low, and it is very difficult to feel our worth at that time. But reminders like these articles, we should always keep it in mind at these times and be strong and face whatever it is that comes our way, and definitely feel our worth at that time to do better in tough situations. Very nice article the author has written in simple words. And thank you for the messages in the chat. If there is no more sharing, I will conclude the session here by wishing you all a wonderful evening or day wherever you have logged in from. Thank you, Masters. We'll connect again in another session.